It's another beautiful day here in Syracuse, and there's no better time to talk about all the happenings on the Hill than right now. What's up, Fizz Nation? Dan Chalm with you, breaking down everything that's gone down in SU athletics over the last few days, and there's no better place to start than on the gridiron. We know that a couple weeks ago, Fran Brown named Ricky Collins as the quarterback one for this team, but just yesterday, another quarterback was in town, that being Steve Angeli from Notre Dame, the graduate transfer looking for a new home for next year. This is a guy that threw only 36 passes last season for 268 yards, but is a battle-tested guy in the fact that he's been with the Fighting Irish for 2 years and does have a little bit more experience than Collins. It also helps Fran Brown that he's from Westfield, New Jersey, so right in Brown's backyard recruiting-wise. It'll be really interesting to see what direction Syracuse takes this, because we know that this offense right now is searching for answers with no Trevor Pena, the guy that was just a monster last season for Syracuse, had nearly 1,000 yards and is now gone. So Syracuse really looking for something to revitalize this offense, and that could definitely be Steve Angeli or maybe someone else. I mean, we know that Fran Brown's own son might even be entering the portal from what he said on Q Sports Talk a few days ago. So everything is up in the air right now with guys coming in and going out. There's just no answers right now, and the same is felt on the hardwood with Syracuse basketball. We saw that Chance Westry is headed to UAB, that being breaking news from just a couple hours ago. And Westry, a guy that Syracuse really never got to see at his full potential, was battling injuries the entire time that he was in Orange, and just a guy that you got to kind of feel for, really never got to his 100% potential here in Orange. And it would have been really impactful to see what he could have done to help out the program over the last couple of years. And then another guy who's also entering the portal, that being Naheem McLeod. He does not have another year of eligibility just yet, but is seeking that waiver from the NCAA. And if he does get it, will head somewhere else next year. McLeod, another guy that really never got to his true potential with Syracuse, was definitely a role player, but never got to be a dominant force that the Orange were looking to have. And now for Syracuse basketball, it's once again the same conversation as the football team. Is there still more to do in the portal right now? Who are you going to go get? We know that Nate George and Nate Kings have probably been enough to get this team to 20 wins next season, but is there more to do to get the squad over the hump and really get them competing? We're just going to have to wait and see. And so for football and for basketball right now, it's just a major question mark. What's going to happen next? Absolutely nobody knows. We just have to wait and see. But a team we do know a pretty good amount is Syracuse men's lacrosse. This is a squad now that has been struggling over the last couple of weeks. A bad loss against Cornell, and even worse loss against 12th ranked Duke the other day, that one being 11-7. And the problem for this team has simply been just starting so slow. The Orange have been trailing by at least 3 goals in their last 4 games, and that is just brutal in the first half as well. So Syracuse has been digging itself into holes that have been really hard to get out of so far. So we're just going to have to see how things play out. Syracuse regular season finale on the men's side against number 5 North Carolina in the Dome this Saturday, and that game is pivotal. Right now, the Orange are set to host a first-round NCAA tournament game, but that could very well change if you lose to North Carolina, and then the ACC tournament, another question mark. Syracuse really needs to win one of its last 2 games to still be safely in the tournament. They're there right now, but on that line where if things don't go their way, they could very well not even make the first round of the NCAA tournament, which would be a major disappointment for this team, and I don't think that's going to happen. But it's still definitely something that's in play, and Syracuse really just needs to get scoring. That's the big problem. 7 goals against Duke, a team that really is a shell of what it was last season. So the Orange with work to do, but they can still be ACC regular season champions in just a couple days. And then on the women's side of things, a thrashing against Boston College the other day. The Orange were taken down 17-2, putting up the least amount of goals ever in program history. But Syracuse with a chance to bounce right back in Charlotte in the ACC tournament tomorrow. Syracuse, the 6 seed, Stanford, the 3 seed. Orange beat the Cardinal in overtime 14-13 earlier this year. That's your 5-minute recap of SU Sports Around the Hill. We'll catch you next week.